Jones Graduate School of Business here at Rice was established in 1974 by the late and great Jesse Holman Jones. Being established in 1974, the Jones Graduate School of Business was one of the first business schools established in the South. With its establishment, however, there was a lot of opposition, especially from academics across the nation. Following the conception that business schools were a thing of the West and East Coast, many people didn't like the establishment of one so deep in the South. The Graduate School of Business here at Rice University, however, quickly proved them wrong, soon becoming one of the leading business schools across the world. The path to greatness for the business school wasn't so easy, however. The business school was very financially hard to establish, with the process being kickstarted by Jesse H. Jones's generous donation of $2 million. This, however, was nowhere near the amount needed to fully establish the school.
However, the university's board of trustees, composed of some of the leading figures of the business world, such as George R. Brown, founder of one of the biggest construction companies in the world, and Gardner Simmons, former chairman of Tenneco, donated heavily to the procurement of the business school, and with their backing behind it, the school was able to attract students and researchers alike from across the nation. This, however, was not the only reason for Rice's rapid growth. In the 1960s, the pace of social and economic transformation accelerated dramatically within the United States. Rapid advances in science and technology were also increasing the size, complexity, and sophistication of public and private institutions, making them more intertwined with the world beyond them. To keep up with this rapid growth of institutions across America, Kenneth S. Pitzer, the president of Rice at the time, aimed to make the business school at Rice go beyond the walls of the campus, intertwining it with the world beyond the campus.
To do this, he along with his committee set out a blueprint for a small school but with highly qualified students. Once the funds for this project were met, Rice set out on finding a dean for the now fully established business school. It just so happened that the president of the search committee for the dean, Robert Sterling, took that position. Wonder how that happened. Sterling set out very clear and highly ambitious goals for the Jones Graduate School. Sticking to the Rice precedent of academic excellence, the school had aimed to become recognized as what at the time seemed to be a stretch, the leading school of administration in the nation. Sterling set out a long-range plan for the school, focused first on the development of the master's program, then the creation of an executive development program, and finally the institution of doctorate studies. The school would soon build a national reputation by first building a regional one, working outward from its base in Houston to establish leadership in Texas, then the Southwest, and eventually break into the national elite. In time, the Jones School would begin a second phase, a time of change and advancement, which would go on to last through the next 15 years and the next 2 deans. The school soon launched its MBPM, Masters of Business and Public Management program. The dean at the time, Doug Toggle, however, felt the MBPM curriculum simply did not draw in enough students. Toggle, considering the feelings of the students, introduced an MBA program to the school, allowing students to change their degree from MBPM to MBA if they so desired. The results were astonishing. Student enrollment increased tenfold, and the university and its staff saw booming advancements in revenue and student participation. Why was this program so successful, however? Here we have a MBA professor at Rice, Professor Borle, to discuss.
So the past 10 to 15 years, the business program, the MBA program at Rice University has grown not only in stature, but also in terms of the overall number of formats that we offer the MBA. And what has driven this is primarily our quest in constantly innovating, bringing in innovations into the program. We have increased our offerings across different formats. We added a professional program. We added an online program. We have also added other programs such as a master's in accounting, and a lot of other programs are in the pipeline and probably would be offered in the next couple of years. Along with that, a lot of stress has been placed over the years in recruiting world-renowned faculty who are thought leaders in their specific discipline. And this has really shown in terms of, the results have really been apparent in terms of not only increased rankings, but also the overall satisfaction that we observe from our graduating classes. And looking into the future, I see a very bright future for the business school as we continue to tread this path of progress. Some of our programs, such as the entrepreneurship program, has consistently been ranked as the top in the nation. We've also taken advantage of our specific location being in Houston next to the Texas Medical Center, and also Houston being the energy capital of the world. We have brought about certain innovations, certain specializations into our programs which tap into this natural advantages that Houston has. We have a specialization, a healthcare specialization, an energy specialization, and so forth. So in a nutshell, our constant focus on hiring quality, top-rated faculty, along with offering our programs in different formats, offering different programs, has led the business school to where it is and would fuel the continuous growth of the business school in the future.
By recruiting more quality faculty, the school produced better research and the learning experience at the campus improved. Furthermore, the Jones School started using a new curriculum in 1998 that stressed items such as managerial and leadership skills, made major investments in organizational structure, and introduced a 2-year MBA for executives. These advancements were combined with the new buildings and educational infrastructure to produce an elite institution renowned around the world.
Much more is to come from the Jones Graduate School of Business, however, as Rice looks to the future with plans of establishing an undergraduate school of business and continues to adhere to its mission statement, to inspire path-breaking research, unsurpassed teaching, and contribution to the betterment of our world.